I just got in 2 powerful home Bitcoin miners from the team over at PowerMining. Let's go ahead, unbox, take a look, and maybe give one away. Huge shout out to the team over at PowerMining for sending us over 2 home Bitcoin miners for today's video review. Let's get this one off to the side. We'll talk about that one later. And let's go ahead and get this bad boy unboxed. All right, let's take a closer look. Get this opened up here. What could be inside? Well, I'm excited. I have wanted to get my hands on this model for a while now, and I still can't believe just how far along Hashrate has come within this industry for home solo Bitcoin miners, and whew, I cannot wait. Okay, so a box within a box, and what else do we got in here? We'll take a look at that in a second. I think this lifts off. Let's see. Ooh, you ready? It's going to be backwards. I have no clue which direction it's supposed to go. Oh man, all this excitement. I think I'm going to mess it up. Let's see. It's upside down. Oh, it's absolutely upside down. The big reveal is broken. That's okay. We'll still do it again. You ready? Ta-da! Check this out. Heck yeah. All right, we'll see what else is in the box in a minute. I think I just opened it up from the wrong side. But let's go ahead. I'm going to change the camera here a little bit. I'm going to scoot this forward here. Guys, take a look at this. So this is the brand new Nerd OCTAxe from the team over at PowerMining. And this is actually the revision 2.2. It actually says double Q over here on the right hand side. And there's a lot of things that stand out to me that make this model very different. First off, love the Lily Ghost style larger screen. Love to see it. And one thing I noticed is like this is really secure in there. You can actually see it actually has 2 different brackets there. That makes it so much nicer. There's a lot of models out there where like the screen almost feels like it's falling off. Second thing I noticed, biggest one, is the power connector here in the upper corner. This is the new XT style. These are so much better than those barrel connectors, and they don't get crazy hot like the barrel connectors, which were a lot of the early models. Second largest thing, or third thing actually, is the fact that we do have these really nice power mining fans on the front, nice and clean. We have our power mining sticker, and you guys know me, I am a big cable Nazi. I love that they even took the extra minute to clean up the cabling in here, and it's not everywhere that we've seen from other models. Now, big ones here, as a lot of you guys know, what's this doing for hash rate? Well, word on the street is this does upwards of 10 terahash. Guys, I still have, and I'm still running my 1 terahash BitX models. This is 10 terahash all in one unit. Now, I love the fact that PowerMining's gone the extra mile here to include, this isn't some 3D printed cheap case. Like, this is actually metal here, probably aluminum of some kind, but I'm gonna go ahead and spin this around. And what's the value of this? Why did they send this along with it? Well, let me show you. What they've gone ahead and done, and inside here, you can see it, they have an additional fan added inside here that is actually helping to cool the back side of the boards. They got a cool power mining sticker on the back, and you might be like, well, what's the purpose of that? Well, look here. It actually gives some airflow. So airflow is coming in, and I can't quite tell. I'm going to take a guess that this is actually intake. So it's sucking air in through this area and then blowing it through and putting air on the back of the board, which is a really cool design. This is probably one of the better cooled OCTAXes that I've actually seen on the market. And a lot of you guys are curious on the fuses. This one actually has the 15 fuse on it as well. I know there's all different ones out there on the market. But let's say we get this plugged in and powered on, and I really want to see how well this does. But you guys want to talk about a giveaway? So when PowerMining would reach out to me interested in sending us the new OCTAxe, I absolutely jumped on it and was thrilled to get my hands on it. But I told them the only way I would review this product is if they sent a second one entirely free for you guys. So we're gonna go ahead and give this away to one of you guys. I will ship this worldwide, anywhere in the world. It's not limited to the US. I will cover the shipping, at least the upfront initial shipping. If you got some weird import tax and stuff like that, that's entirely on you. But shipping it exactly the way it comes, just like mine just did. Now, how do you enter? I would love to hear from you guys in the comments. If you won this, would you go ahead and solo mine Bitcoin with it? Or I actually have a Nerd OCTAxe over here. Check out this white one. This is actually the Snowbird edition. This is actually on BitcoinCash. Now, BitcoinCash gives you, your chances are significantly better on BitcoinCash versus Bitcoin. We're going to talk about that here in a minute. So would you put yours solo mining Bitcoin, almost 10 terahash, or would you put it on BitcoinCash like that guy over there? Leave a comment down below which one you would do, and I really want to know why. Bitcoin or BitcoinCash? I'll pick a winner in 2 weeks, and I'll go ahead and comment directly down below on their winning comment, and I'll get this shipped out anywhere in the world. All right, so I went ahead and kind of unboxed our power supply here. Wanted to go ahead and show you guys. Here is the other end of that connector. There's a male and a female end on this here, and these are pretty badass. The exact model of this, if you guys are curious, is XT60H-F. Definitely the way to go, especially with, this is supposed to do about 180 watts. We're definitely going to put that to the test. And if you're curious on the power supply here, 100 to 240 volt. You got 50 to 60 hertz, 5 amps, and your output is 12 volt at 18 amps. And this supports up to 216. So if you were to go ahead and overclock this, and you absolutely can, you are limited to upwards of that 216. You know, that's kind of going to be your limit. Now, huge shout out to PowerMining. Look at this. They sent us a separate fuse. You get a backup fuse as well as the Allen head key if you need to take this apart in any way. So I'm actually going to add this to a drawer over here. I have a lot of these things, but dude, this is so nice because honestly, a fuse could easily go. And the nice thing is that having a backup one, that's awesome. Thank you to PowerMining, love it. We are going to use our meter box here to go ahead and read our watts. Let's go ahead, I'll give you guys the joy of peeling off the plastic on the LilyGo screen. And let's see here. Let's get this plugged in. And we're going to plug this end in. This thing is a beast. All right, we're going to go on the back side here. All right, there it is. All right. All right, let's put this back in place. There we go. And let me check which way we want this to go. We want it to go this way. All right, moment of truth. Fans came on right away. Look at that screen. I'm going to move this a little bit closer. There we go. Check that out. So traditionally what you're going to get on a lot of these is it says Nerd OCTAxe, is that cool green. And it actually has on the screen here, let me tilt this down from the light. It does have configure Wi-Fi portal and it gives you an SSID. So you literally connect to this on your phone, like you're a hotspot or a coffee shop or wherever, hotel internet, you connect to it. And that's going to redirect us to a page to go ahead and put in my home internet credentials to get this connected. All right, we're over on PowerMining's website. Guys, I'm going to put a link to this directly down below if you're interested. Also, give them a shout out in the comments. I mean, they're the ones that offered up this giveaway today, which is absolutely awesome. So let's take a closer look. So the Nerd OCTAxe Gamma, 9.6 terahash. We're going to put that to the test today and take a closer look. It looks like they do ship worldwide and they have all different plugs available to you to make this much, much easier. It is $812. So this is absolutely a big commitment as a home miner. It's expensive, but for 10 terahash, you might not even need to pick up any miners after this, to be honest with you. Nice thing is you can pay via PayPal. That is huge, super convenient for a lot of you guys, as you know. Now, scrolling down, a few things to take a look at. It is coming in saying 9.6 terahash, 8 chips, and it does say 160 watts. I feel like I saw 180, but we're going to test that out. Now, it is using 8 of the BM1370 chips in here. This is traditionally what you see with like the S21 Pros or the S21 Pluses. So something absolutely to keep in mind. Scrolling down, talks about the screen, the software. It is entirely open source. You can see here it has Axe OS on there. And for the cooling side, I know a bunch of you guys are cooling nerds, so I'm just going to put it out there. It is a Thermalright AXP90 X53 black low profile cooler. So gives you some ideas there, absolutely, for sure. Scrolling down, it does come in here, it does say 180 watts down here, so we'll see kind of how that tests out. It does use a 2.4 gigahertz wireless connection, and there is a USB-C port for if you need any data access, debugging, or you have to, manually go ahead and firmware update this if need be. That is an option there. And it comes with everything you need to absolutely get started. So I'll put a link down below to this if you guys are interested. Huge shout out to PowerMining. This is my first time working with their team, and so far I am incredibly impressed. So let's jump over and talk about profitability. So this is a home solo Bitcoin miner, which means your chances of earning anything with this are super, super slim. And I know a lot of you guys, you pick these up and you're like, okay, I want to earn Bitcoin every day. That's fine. I get you, but I want to show some realism here. So if we come in here, oh, there is a dark mode. Nice. There you go. 10 terahash. We're going to go with the high of 180 watts. It talked about 160, it talked about 180. And I'm going to put my electric rate at about 15 cents here. And I'm going to hit calculate. And what I want to show you guys and make sure you understand is for revenue per day, you're going to go ahead and earn 39 cents in Bitcoin every day. It's going to cost you 65 cents to run this every day. So you're going to make negative 26 cents a day in Bitcoin. So to me, that absolutely doesn't make sense to run. So when we're talking about solo Bitcoin mining, if you're not familiar, solo Bitcoin mining is the process of solo mining Bitcoin. And this is kind of like your lottery ticket. Every 10 minutes, a Bitcoin block is hit. And it could be yours. You could do it or you could not. What are your chances? The nice thing is that you're not buying a lottery ticket every 10 minutes. It doesn't retire. It actually continues going for the lifetime of that ASIC miner. So looking here, let's look at 10 terahash. 10 terahash means per year, you're a 1 in 1,938 chances to hit a Bitcoin block, which based off of where Bitcoin is today, it's absolutely down. It might actually buy some up today now that I think about it. The winning value, if you were to win this, you were to hit a block, one of those every 10 minutes, you could walk away with $272, which is, I'm sorry, 272,000. We forgot that second part in there, which is super important. Now, what I talked about before about BitcoinCash and talking about that was like, we're over here at Solo Chance. If we take this drop down and go to BitcoinCash, right? And we put in, we have terahash and we're going to put in 10 terahash here and we're going to hit calculate. How is this going to do per year in comparison? Well, taking a look per year, look at this. You have a 1 in 13 chance of hitting a Bitcoin block, which is amazing. Absolutely amazing. So that's why I know some of you guys buy these, mine and solo mine BitcoinCash. And then when you hit a block, which is not entirely uncommon, when you hit a block, I know several people that have on BitcoinCash, they then go ahead and once they've received the BitcoinCash, then use an exchange or a wallet that has a swap mechanic to swap it over to Bitcoin. So that might be a faster way to accumulate, more Bitcoin is via BitcoinCash. And that's one opportunity out there. So let's jump over to our new miner. I'm going to go ahead and go back to dashboard and refresh here. And right now we've been up and mining for, 5 minutes, maybe not even. We'll take a look at our uptime in a minute. And we're at 9.6 gigahash, exactly as advertised. Kudos to the team over at PowerMining for testing these quite significantly. So looking down, our power in the software says 182. We're going to take a look at watts at the wall in a minute here to get a better idea. But you can see, man, fan speeds are up there. Our chip temps are doing well, you can say through here. And, we're in a really good spot. Now, other things to look out on this miner. Let's go to Swarm. I don't know if it's going to show anything in there. Nothing right now. It looks like it has to scan, so we'll hold off on that. But going to settings here, I want to run through this. So we changed the name over to OCTAxe-PowerMining, connected to our wireless here called Poke Center. My kids are big Pokemon fans. Now, I am mining to my own home node. And every solo Bitcoin mining video I talk about mining to your own node. Absolutely valuable. Instead of mining to some public pool out there where, one, you're relying on them to pay you out properly, justly. If you hit a block, they actually take a percent. So kind of like a founder's fee. So in addition to that, there is something to be said to be mining to your own hardware, your own node locally, where you don't split that mining reward if you hit a block, regardless of BitcoinCash, regardless of Bitcoin. And in addition to that, having a node and a pool, it's all in one, node and pool, they work together locally. You have significantly lower latency between your miner and the pool, which is, there's a lot to be said to that about your chances of hitting a block is much more common going that route. So we're going to talk about that and show that in just a minute. Now, down below here, we have mining settings. We can adjust these as we see fit. There's one here at 600 is the default, and the core voltage is 1150. There's a button over here called Danger Zone. If you click it, it allows you to come in here and look, you can freely change these numbers to whatever you want. In a future video, I want to go ahead and see how far we can take this. Not going to do it today, but I want to see how far we can take it. I think our biggest limiting factor is going to be the power supply, only at 216 watts. You do have the option to adjust the fan controller down here. You can do manual, but keep in mind, you got to be careful. If you think it's a little too loud, which it really isn't, it's actually really quiet, but you want to put this in a room, living room, and a bedroom and turn it down. The hard part is it most likely could overheat if you turn down this way too much. Now, I'm running my own solo node and pool. It's very simple to do at home. I have 2 videos on this. The first video is setting this up with your old hardware sitting around. And I did this with an HP mini PC I had sitting around, just swapped out the NVMe to a 2 terabyte, and off we went. I'm going to put a link to that down below. Highly recommend you do this with hardware you already have. If you don't want to do it with hardware, you don't have the extra hardware, you'd rather have something plug and play right out of the box that goes ahead and works and is configured and set up. I did a video on a separate plug and play home solo node and Bitcoin miner. That's called the X node. I'm going to link that down below. So we got a lot of apps on here. Let's focus on 2. The first one is your Bitcoin node. You can see that's right here at the front. Here is that Bitcoin node here. We're currently connected and we're synchronizing. We've been up and running with no blips in 15 days. If there is a power outage, it goes down, comes right back up, starts to sync again. And it is synced up with the rest of the Bitcoin blockchain. Now, I am running Bitcoin knots. There's actually 2 different ways to go, core and knots, all based off of your philosophy with Bitcoin. I'd highly recommend you go down that rabbit hole looking into it with ChatGPT or other AI tools. It's definitely worth it. Once your node is synced up, you can add a pool. I got public pool on here and Bassin. I've added Bassin. Still on the hunt to find a pool that I like, but also has a good interface. So this is Bassin right here. Bassin is the pool. Bassin relies on the node being synced 100%. So our miners connect to the pool, which is Bassin. Bassin connects to the Bitcoin node. You see how they kind of are interlaced there? Now, right now for me, you can see at the top, I'm at about 131 terahash for the last 5 minutes. I actually have my son's miner on here and my miner on here. Haven't hit a Bitcoin block yet, so balances are 0. But he has a BitCash Hex, almost 3 terahash. And then we have a variety of different miners. It looks like I might have to reboot the Gecko A2Z on here, but we have a variety of different miners. And at the bottom here, you can see the OCTAxe. OCTAxe PowerMining says about 7.43 terahash. It's probably going to need, several minutes. As you guys know, these things need to update. You want to give it 24 hours to really take a better look at an hour or 5 minute kind of averages. I do have another OCTAxe. It's a previous version, not as powerful on here. Up top, you can see OCTAxe is available. But right now, we're at 135 terahash. So if you're curious, I got a handful of miners in here. 135 terahash. What does that look like from a Bitcoin perspective? Well, if we put in 135 up top here, it's a 1 in 142 chance per year to hit a Bitcoin block. That's amazing. Now going over to solo chance, looking at BitcoinCash, if I flipped everything over and we went to 135 and hit calculate, that one, we were 1 in 13. Look at this. This is saying per year on average, you're going to hit just over 1 block per year. You have a 1 in 12 chance per month, which is nuts to really see that. Let's go ahead and check back in here at the dashboard, still at 9.6, which we're getting as advertised, actually staying steady, which is impressive. Taking a look at the miner right now in the upper corner, we've been up for 11 minutes. Let me go ahead. I'm going to get this a little bit closer. I'm going to angle it, see if we can get it without the lights that are kind of glaring on there. And 11 minutes, and we're actually at 9.7 terahash now, which is awesome. And this actually has a variety of different screens on here. So if you're curious, you can go ahead and hit the button and it goes through, shows you lots of great information. The price of Bitcoin said 96, good buying opportunity though. And then also shows you more stats. So all that's on there. You can also press the button to turn off the screen. I don't know why you would do that, but it's been running great. Now, watts at the wall. A little disappointed at watts at the wall. I'm trying to get this over here. We're at 210 watts. So not 160, not 180. We're pushing upwards of 210. A little bit higher on the watts, but it's not going to break the bank. This is like running, a laptop here, 200 watts, not a huge deal. But huge shout out to the team over at PowerMining for sending this over to us today. Guys, I'm going to leave links directly down below to go over and check them out. Check out this product. And don't forget, huge shout out to PowerMining for providing the giveaway. Guys, don't forget, comment down below. Would you mine with Bitcoin, solo mine Bitcoin? Would you solo mine Bitcoin Cash, and why? And I will pick a winner in 2 weeks and get that giveaway shipped out worldwide. All right, have a good one, guys. Take care.